at the end of Hothouse Earth, you depict two possible outcomes for London in 2100. The first is a very bleak landscape of collapse, and the second, a survivable, different evolution of the city. Given the bulk of the book is drawn from scientific research papers and rigorous analysis, etc., how much is the forecast given at the end an accurate depiction of two viable outcomes, and how much of it is conjured from a sort of worst nightmare and a concession of hope at the last minute?
Well, yes, there are two scenarios for London at the end of the century. It's a bank holiday, I think, and it's hot. It's 40 degrees or whatever. But there are differences. In one, London is semi-derelict. A lot of people have moved north, moved somewhere cooler. There's very little happening, very little going on. In the other one, there's been a transformation so that the city's much greener. It has green roofs everywhere, has solar panels everywhere. It's hot, but temperatures are forecast to start coming down in the decades ahead. The roads are not occupied by cars anymore. There's electric trams, etc. There's huge market gardens around the city. This is my imagination, but it's imagination rooted in things that people have talked about and solutions people have talked about. So the first dystopian sort of picture is where we're headed at the moment, because we're not preparing as we should be to cope with what's coming. The utopian, if you like, example of where we might be is not impossible by any means. We know how to do all these things. We know what needs to be done to tackle climate breakdown and to adapt to it, but we're just not doing it at the moment. So one of those scenarios is effectively where we're likely to end up at the moment, and the other one is where it would be nice to end up if we start acting seriously now.
I like that because it's like a visual sort of milestone, that's something is tangible for people to aim for, if you like, and talk about. This is really to end with. On a scale of 1 to 10, what do you give our chances of achieving the better case outcome for London?
Well, at the moment, I sort of, I'd have to put it at 2 or 3 out of 10, I'm afraid. I would love to be more optimistic, but it's very, very difficult at the moment to think that we might end up somewhere like that. It's not impossible, but we need big changes, very big changes now, really.
Okay. Well, I was hoping for a 5, but there we go.
Another day it might have been 5, but today it was 3.
Thank you very much. It's been great to speak to you.
Yeah, you too.